Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Virtuosathegoddess and I am here for it today. Here to give the current energy of the divine counterparts and all of the soldiers of love. Welcome to my portal of love. Today is a blessed day. We're into a new cycle, one of which you get to heal some of the old wounds, break some of the karmic cycles that have plagued you and your connecting soul or partner. First, before we get started with the reading, I want to give a special thanks to everyone that have reached out for spiritual counseling, that's had the courage to share their stories with me. I also want to thank everyone that is here. I wish you all love, peace, and happiness. I have all the elements present. Of course, there's air. I have my water here, earth, fire, plant kingdom. I have my cat here representing the animal kingdom. All of the elementals are participating in our ascension. I ask that the mighty creator of all the gods and goddesses please be present and bless this reading. Please use me as a vessel to help as many souls as I can to heal. I want to acknowledge some of the gods and goddesses before us. Osiris and Haru, the original twin souls. Noon, Amun Ra Ptah, Atum, Nut, Jeb, Shu, any gods, Het Haru, any ones that I'm leaving out, Ma'at. I just want to give thanks to acknowledge all of our ancestors that came before us and walked the earth. I want to give acknowledgement to the Elohim, what some will call the archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides, animal guides from the highest dimensions. I also want to acknowledge that my ancestors are always helping me with my ascension process, dropping me little breadcrumbs and clues. Also, many of you enlightened, awakened souls have noticed that when you find the three, you find the one, because one is of the three and three is of the one. And you'll soon, if you don't know what that means, you'll soon understand it after you've been on this journey for a while. The current energy, we'll get right into the reading, the current energy, overall energy for the divine feminine is temperance. Temperance brings about changes in the physical because it is acknowledging and having the patience to understand that this journey is a tightrope of can't be too far in the spiritual and can't be too far in the physical. You have to walk that thin line, just like in this card. Your cup runneth over, you must pour some out in order to receive more. Divine Feminine understands where she is on this journey. We are all humans learning lessons on Earth School. Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine are mastering that. The Temperance. But the Divine Feminine leads the spiritual way. Divine Masculine is always in the physical. But the energy connecting, well, let's talk about Divine Masculine first. He's in the hangman position. He's mastered one of his lessons. And right now, he's changing his perspective on things because he's realizing that the old way didn't work. Divine Feminine is also realizing that old patterns don't work. So with that being said, Divine Feminine is deciding to pick up on more of her spiritual practices, staying grounded, going out in nature, healing herself, because she knows when she heals herself, she heals the world. And she understands that her world is just not of the material and of the things that she used to do when she was unawakened. Because if you're doing the same things exactly, nothing has changed, then there needs to be more spiritual practice. You can't spend 20 hours on the phone gossiping about Real Housewives if you're doing a spiritual practice or practicing self-care, which rest is a part of that. If you're feeling tired, it's okay. As the energies move, they're going to be moving very quickly, and you're going to experience a little tiredness. A lot of this is due to the planets that are in retrograde. Mars is getting ready, or if it's not already in retrograde, so that's kind of making you feel a little bit of tired, taking a little bit of the doing aspect from people a little bit more. I think it's calling us to meditate, slow down a little bit, because the energies around us are going to be moving pretty quickly, and that's represented here by the Chariot card. So, we have a new moon on the 17th. New moon is time to start something new. So, in between now and the new moon, start formulating some plans, arranging it, at least putting it in your subconscious, and your actions will follow. So I want to pull some clarifiers on the Temperance card for the Divine Feminine. And let's clarify where she is. Let's get more details. have the Four of Cups for the Divine Feminine. She's looking a little bit like there's nothing happening. She's being handed a cup of joy, love. Cups are about emotions. There is emotional fulfillment here. But Divine Feminine is kind of discontent, bored. Look at her in this card. She's out in nature, as she should. 3 cups over here didn't work. She has this one full of splendor that she's like, oh yeah, okay, well, give it to me. This is a new deck that I'm using, the Light Seers Tarot deck. I love it. I love the artwork on it. So, Divine Feminine needs to focus more on the fullness and richness of her life. Focus on the things that are working. This 1 cup. Divine Feminine needs to work on that 1 cup. Focus on having that 1 cup. That 1 cup is all she needs. She feels like she maybe missed some opportunities. But we could use more gratitude in our lives. Waking up, being grateful for where we are. That is one way to jump a timeline, is to get comfortable in the one that you are in. As long as you're like this, which I can identify with this, it takes longer for you to learn a lesson in the space that you're in. But once you settle in and you become okay with your current situation, you've mastered that lesson and you're on to the next timeline. So do not miss the lessons in this timeline. That's what they are for. Time is basically something that man created. So it does not really exist. We are living multiple lives on multiple timelines simultaneously, because time is spiral, not linear. So act like you know you're living your best life, because you are somewheres. Let's clarify Divine Masculine. What is Divine Masculine changing his perspective on? That's what the clarifier is going to tell us. What is Divine Masculine changing his perspective on? Oops, got a jumper. Divine Masculine is showing up as the Emperor. So, drop the card. That's a lovely card. Divine Masculine is realizing that the Divine Feminine holds the key to his heart. And he's represented with the number 4. And 4s represent stability and being realistic and putting realistic ideas into form, because Divine Feminine is going to spend a lot of time in the spiritual aspect of things. Divine Masculine upon the earthly plane. And that's represented, you see down here, the root chakra color red. He even has on the root chakra color. He's also holding a chess piece. So he is not playing checkers. Divine Masculine is not playing around. He is ready to get the business. He is in this hangman position in order to take action in the physical world. He is ready to manifest things. So this is representing in this deck. In this particular deck, the Light Seers Tarot deck, Divine Masculine, this is the Divine Masculine in this deck. The ultimate Divine Masculine. So where Divine Feminine is feeling like, seen it before, had those cups before, Divine Masculine is very serious this time. He has help from the ancestral realm that is guiding him. This Divine Masculine seems that he's sitting on Mars, and it's a very masculine energy. He is realizing that leading his circumstances is going to, in his world, is going to require him to have confidence, have harmony between him and the Divine Feminine, and being generous. He realizes that one of the seven hermetic principles, the law of cause and effect, he doesn't operate the way that he did in the beginning of his journey in relation to his Divine Feminine. He knows that the law of cause and effect states that what he puts out into the universe, he grabs back. So he has learned that lesson. So far we have Divine Feminine learning a lesson of being grateful for what she has and the situation that she's in. And the Divine Masculine is learning to be generous, confident, and harmonious. So, Divine Masculine is also letting go of his selfishness, stubbornness, his desire for control. So they are meeting each other halfway with the fours. Let's see what type of energy, and this is very good connecting energy. Where are my cards? I want to clarify the connecting energy. Just going off of my spirit, things are going to start happening fast as far as the connection growing stronger. Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine both have been patient with one another. No one is better than the next. They are now realizing that everybody has their shortcomings. We'll get to those, some things we need to heal before we wrap this reading up. Let's pull a clarifier for what type of energy is going to be moving fast. What waves are we going to be riding in this cycle, in this current cycle? What lessons to be learned? What do we need to know about this Chariot card? Chariot is the number 7 card. That's purely divine energy, speeding things up. And we have the 9 of Wands. So, the Nine of Wands, clarifying the Chariot. So, we just go by this beautiful young lady in this card. There is a victory. Divine Feminine had to learn a lesson in this cycle, has to learn a lesson. We're all at different stages of the journey, but you may be a couple days behind, a couple weeks. Don't worry about it. You may be currently at the same space. But Divine Feminine is moving past her perceived limitations. You see, she has that fence in front of her. Nothing is holding her back from moving forward. She just has to remain open and trusting as she pushes beyond her limits to grow, mastering her shortcomings. She has mastered that. The light torch represents mastery. She is determined. This is the last push before the 10. Nines are about that transformation of rebirth right before you're born again. Each time you master a skill, you have been graced with rebirth to come out as a new you, or putting forth a new version of yourself. Divine Feminine is going to find, and masculine both are going to find the resilience and the motivation to overcome their obstacles currently in this cycle. So do not see minor deceleration, Divine Feminine and masculine. And if you notice in all three of these cards, I mean, this is phenomenal. They're both looking towards this victory. Divine Feminine is a little emotional. Divine Masculine is in himself and being himself in his rightful position. Both looking at this victory of overcoming difficulty, which is not really that difficult. See, she can step over this at any time. Once she moves her victory torch, this fence is no more. And that completes this cycle, which is going to move pretty quickly. Moving into the Ten of Wands, where you can lay the burdens down. So I love this deck. So why is Divine Feminine? What can we get more information on Divine Feminine? So we have the Four of Cups. Let's pull another card. We have the Six of Cups, nostalgia, memories, soulmates, living many lifetimes together. 4 and 6, Divine Feminine, that's 10, completion. So what this card is telling me is Divine Feminine, think about, it could represent also inner child work. Working on some things maybe that you wanted as a child would help bring you closer in your emotional connection with your masculine. Once you remember your connection and remember the love, the unconditional love that you have for yourself and your masculine and your children and family members, pets, focusing on that And being grateful for those things will help close out this current cycle. Divine masculine, so divine feminine, your answer is all in directing your emotions, being in control of your emotions. Divine masculine, let's clarify who is. Yeah, I sometimes come on here and I wanna share more, but I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. So the Lovers. Divine Masculine has the Lovers card. More Root Chakra. So he's very much intent and hell-bent on this physical realm. Divine Masculine is undergoing some major changes during this cycle, because these are two major arcana cards. His 4 plus 6, oh my goodness, I can't make this up. I had the 4 of Cups for Divine Feminine and the 6 of Cups, equaling 10. Divine Masculine is for the Emperor, which is number 4 in the major arcana, and the Lovers, which is the number 6. So once he chooses his Divine Feminine over everything, we'll reach that victory. Let's clarify this 9 of Wands. This is a phenomenal reading. It's in perfect alignment with the current energies. So this Mars retrograde is giving masculine a chance to sit and chill. He's actually sitting on Mars in this card. I can't make this up. He's thinking about his feminine. This is what is on his mind, the love, the higher connection. This represents a new beginning in the divine partnership. What threatened, the karmic energy threatens to always destroy a divine connection. The karmic energy wants you to repeat cycles, wants to make you insecure, but divine masculine is now aware of that, and he chooses his feminine. And look, so the Queen of Pentacles, that's clarifying the 9 of Wands. So the victory of the divine couple, well, that is the victory of the entire planet Gaia. Feast your eyes on the Queen of the Earth. It's going to bring more of the divine feminine aspect. That's one of the purposes of the Great Awakening, is to return or restore the divine feminine energy to balance out the energies. Because we have had a patriarchal masculine society for hundreds, if not 1,000 years or more. So now we have divine feminine energy returning. Not the distorted feminine, the one that wants to rule just the material realm. Because remember, divine feminine energy is spiritual. It's a lot of karmic energy that mimics the divine feminine by just being only the queen of money and material items and things. I think this is also a caution that if you are using your feminine wiles to obtain material gain on the earth plane, all those things will be left in the third dimension. You cannot take those with you. The only thing you could take with you are your spiritual soul lessons that you are learning, and you are building up your wealth in the spiritual realm that will be manifested on earth. That's a guarantee. But you don't start, feminine doesn't start from the earth and go up. Feminine starts from the spiritual and brings it down. So if you're working the opposite way by using, excuse my language, using your vagina to get ahead, that's 3D. That's the old way. That's the oldest profession in the book. You got some work to do. Queen of Pentacles is clarified with the Ace, the divine hands, the hands of our Creator, handing us everything that we need. We have everything that we need. So let's talk about, and then we at the bottom of this deck, we also have the Chariot again in this deck. See the Chariot? The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, pulling that chariot forward in the higher dimensions. So your connection is ascending to higher levels. Let's talk about this Queen of Pentacles before I wrap up the reading. I'm going to move pretty quickly after this because I don't want to keep you guys waiting on here too long. So, the Queen of Pentacles. And that's something else. Oh, I want to tell you guys what I've been experiencing while I haven't done a video here in a while. So, what is happening is the karmic energy is moving through people. Of course, that's the only way that it can move. It's seeking to hold you down and hold you back from your ascension. It wants what you have without putting in the work. It wants to siphon, is it, what is it when you pull gas from the tank? Is it siphon? Basically, energy vampires. The karmic energy is sucking the energy, or had been. It has since let up. But over the past couple weeks, the karmic energy was sucking the energy out of the divine feminine, clothing itself with it, and trying to master earth with energy that does not even belong rightfully to them, so that they can gain popularity and control in the physical realm. And that's like abuse of power, and that's what makes them not quite in their divine essence, because they're not gaining the energy from spiritual practice and from the source itself. They're letting someone else do the work and trying to be the benefactor of that work, which is gonna nothing but bounce back to karma on them. So you'll see when you clear your energy, pull your energy back and clear your energy and do a cord cutting ceremony, you'll notice that the karmic energy loses its gas without the divine feminine's fuel, if that makes any sense to you. It made total sense to me, hindsight 2020, not while it was happening. I knew something was off, But when I reflected on it, and I asked the question, went within, and I got the answer. And then once I pulled my energy back, I noticed that they had been basically being a thief, trying to steal. Because let's put it like this, the more divine energy you carry, the more strange you're going to become to those who are unawakened. But if someone pretends to be awakened, they can take your energy that you're giving them, feeding them, not work on themselves, and go and try to gain fans with your knowledge and your energy for strictly material gain, for little trinkets and items and things that people can buy, and popularity, and none of that. They'll realize that none of that matters, that all that is false. A tower is going to bring all of that down. So you don't have to worry about it, Divine Feminine. You are divinely protected. I know we all try to help people and help people ascend, but you can't take everybody with you. If you got the same exact number of friends that you had before you awakened, you're not doing something right. So, the Divine Feminine is a healer. She's not fake. She doesn't hee-hee in your face. She's very real. And remember, we came here to create change. If you're a part of the problem, then you can't be a part of the solution. So if you're just going along with the misogynistic sexual abuse and watching witch hunts, modern day witch hunts, and you are profiting from those things, you are a part of the problem. And 3D is your home. I don't know about you, but I love the 5th dimension. I'm only in 3D to heal and to assist. That's what a twin soul, twin flame, soulmate was created for. So if you think this is all about material items and money and sitting up on a pedestal, just like this without having put in any work, it's going to all come crashing down. So, staying grounded, Divine Feminine should stay generous. She shouldn't be hot and cold. You're on one side or the next. You can't serve two masters. You can't be queen of the earth and queen of the heavens at the same time. But you have to enjoy your life while realizing that there's other worlds and universes that exist. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. That's where your pentacles is going to come from with the work that you do. The Ace of Pentacles is just that, a pentacle being handed down from the divine. It is the beginning of new task. Planting seeds. Now is the time to plant the seeds. Between now and the new moon on the 17th. Manifesting power and prosperity. This ace. And it came out just as I was explaining the karmic energy that can be associated with the Queen of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is the ace that you want. And there's that blessed 5-pointed star in the middle of that Ace of Pentacles. So what does, getting ready to wrap the reading up. Let's see, what does Divine Feminine need to heal? I'll close it out with some healing cards. So Divine Masculine and Feminine has mastered the lessons. Divine Feminine, in order to manifest at this point, to get to your highest timeline, gratitude, gratefulness, gratitude is on the agenda. Remembering the beginning of your connection. Divine Feminine needs to be patient. You see the two different looks here. One is bored and discontent. One is keeping herself occupied in her garden while she waits. Staying pretty. So Divine Feminine, change is on the horizon. That 23 card is 5, which is change. Learning to be patient. Patience is a virtue. What does masculine need to heal? Let's see, what does masculine need to heal? What does masculine need to heal? What does masculine? And I must say, I'm so very proud of all the Divine Masculines and their growth. They're taking tiny steps, but steps in the right direction. Neither one of us are exactly where we should be, well, we're exactly where we should be, or what we could be, our max potential yet. But we're all headed in the right direction. So masculine just needs to stop self-sabotaging, which is the number 2 card. And 2s are all about harmony, balancing, having faith in the universe, is partnership, having patience. And the connecting energy is the number 11. Each one needs to take off their mask. What do you have to hide? Say what you mean what you say. Take off the mask. We don't have time for the fake and phoniness and the kikiing and all of the deception and the traps and the tricksters. And as I said, say what you mean and mean what you say. I promise you I can't make this up. And I didn't even look at the card before I said it. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Integrity. Taking off the mask. Taking off the mask requires you to be real with yourself. Don't worry about how others think of you or what. Because if you're an enlightened soul or awakened soul, you're going to stand out from the crowd. And not always in a good way. Because we came to create change. 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 And if everybody knows change, people don't like change. So don't just go along with the status quo. That's the sheeple. Take your mask off. Say what you mean what you say. Yeah, stop trying to keep the peace. You know, that's that worldly stuff. You know, I myself had to come out of the people-pleasing mode. Because once I became awakened and the Kundalini energy rose, you can't help it at that point, because you're doing what you were DNA coded to do. You are doing what you incarnated here to do. So the divine masculine just feels like he can't get past the past evils. But that time is over. It's his time to shine now. Yeah, he's worthy. Divine masculine just needs to know he's worthy of his success. Things didn't work in the past because he wasn't connected to the divine energy of his destiny. Now he is. Let's pull work your light oracle. If you are a light worker, if you're just someone watching this to try to gain information, to gain power in the physical realm, you're kind of on the wrong channel, but you can stick around. Maybe you'll elevate. Starseeds. What lights you up? Most of us, I'm a starseed. Most of us on this channel are starseeds. And that's where you will return, to your seat in the sky when you have completed all your missions. Starseed card in this deck is just saying basically what I was saying. What did you come to do? What did you come here to do as a starseed? What did you incarnate here and put on an earth suit? What did you come to do? Did you come to ride around in a fancy car? Play with trinkets that don't do anything but junk up your place? Did you come to wear all the fabulous clothes? Did you come to just eat? What did you come to do? So starseeds are souls with double mission: to raise our own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. We came to do a job. So most of us find it very hard to live that unawakened life. The meaningless conversations, and we know that there's so much more to life. And to get to work. We are everywhere. Starseeds are everywhere. If you're dimming your light to fit in, like I said, you need to figure out what lights you up. I don't mind standing out from the crowd, because I am a high priestess. I work alone. I go within a lot. And when I'm not doing that, I'm on mission. When I'm not doing that, I'm with my masculine. And when I'm not doing that, I'm speaking and spending time with my child. When I'm not doing that, I am working on self and self-love and powering up to share with others, because my cup runneth over. I must pour out to get more. And that's just not all talking about material or money. That's talking about spirituality and love and energy. Look, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Keep moving. You guys are doing a good job. For the ones who have been putting in the work, that are star seeds with double missions, sometimes like me, triple missions, you are doing it. You are already doing it. Stop overthinking. You are doing it. Facing your true north is your north node. You have a south node and a north node. You can go into Cafe Astrology, putting in your birth date and time or the hour, and you will find out your north node, which is your gifts and abilities to have your soul to ascend in this lifetime, and your south node is the gifts and abilities that you had in your previous life. North node, you can also watch your signs for north node for hidden messages that you will not normally get in just watching your rising or your rising sign. So just say yes. Say yes to this great awakening that is happening. There's no better time to live on this planet than what's happening now. It's the greatest time ever. Just say yes. And here I am, the priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? I've answered the call. Have you? See, she has the cobra crown on her head, which represents the Kundalini energy. She has the light of the divine in both hands. She has her wings. She has her halo, her pyramid, all the powerful symbols here. The feathers, gold, solar plexus is lit up. How are you being called to step up and lead? I'm so proud of you guys that are already out here making it happen, not standing for the old way, but lighting paths and creating paths for the new way. That's what we needed on this planet, and that's what we have. So, as far as your partner is concerned, because you know the work that you do on self comes back and manifests in your partner. So let's see, what kind of work have we been putting in our connections? If you are a twin or a twin soul, there will be no old 3D relationship. But this one is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. The angels and ascended masters, even Mother Gaia herself, is healing this connection. She's healing the need for the twins to put on masks, the deception of the trickster gods, that say other things but mean other things. Once I determine a person doesn't say what they mean or mean what they say, I lose respect in that person, and that means that I can no longer let them in. My discernment antennas come out. If I ask you a question and you can't answer it directly, there's deception. Always. You ask a person a question, if they cannot answer you straight up, if they can't be straight up, there's deception. So, I just had to say that so that you will understand. But trust that your connection is calling for you to have faith. Have faith in the divine. And let's pull one more card. What does divine masculine want to tell divine feminine or his higher self? That you are calling him in Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So all this is together. You're trusting, you're having patience, stated in this card, because you know it's worth the wait. Everything is going by divine timing. If you're not waiting on divine timing or operating under the notion that there is a divine time for everything, you might as well go back to sleep. Because awakening to this journey, you understand that there is just not us. There is higher beings in other dimensions. So you must trust and continue with your affirmations and prayers. And I want to pull an affirmation card to wrap it up. And that'll put us right at an hour. That's a long reading. But and I have one here. I look forward to a healthy old age because I take loving care of my body now. I know some of you have been on this journey a while. Not everybody is in their 20s. You have some twin souls in their 50s, and some just have been united and woken up to the journey. But I know a 95-year-old woman that looks phenomenal, like she's 60. Agile. Brain, gray matter is still operating. Memory is great. Everything is on point. So if you take care of yourself now, you will be one of those people that is all about the new earth, renewal, regeneration, aging more slowly. There's a lot that's happening that you just have to have trust and faith in and let your actions follow, because faith without works is dead. I am constantly discovering new ways to improve my health. And also, there's some money involved here. We don't do things for money, but in that same breath, the divine blesses you when you're on your mission with things that cannot be taken away. See, I manifested things when I was in the third dimension, strictly 3D, unawakened. I was a master at getting it because, you become like a savage. What you got next? What's next? What you got for me? But it doesn't feel the same as when the divine gives it to you or hands it to you for a job well done. It feels different. It lasts longer. It comes at the right time. It's longer lasting. I don't even know. You'll know what I'm saying. If you don't know what I'm saying, then you're still asleep. You'll be up in a minute. Keep watching the channel. Today is a delightful day. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I have unlimited choices. Opportunities are everywhere. Cornucopia. We're entering into the fall season, so look at that. Can't even make this up. Don't focus on money. Be open to opportunities and ways to grow. Look at this. Last card of the day. And I'm going to close this out, guys. My consciousness is filled with healthy, positive, loving thoughts that reflect themselves in my experience. I move through life knowing that I am safe. Ooh, that I am safe, divinely protected and guided. So, with that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me. If you need to reach out to me, my information is in the description. You can reach me at virtuosathegoddess@gmail.com. I am open for spiritual counseling. Reach out to me. I'll give you specifics. There is no money grabbing. There's no time, because time doesn't exist in my world. It's just organizing the time around my day mission that I have. But other than that, when you reach out to me, you'll know that you are speaking to a spiritual being and not just a human being. You will know you're talking to a star seed because you'll feel the difference. You'll feel that energy. That's what I was created for. So thank you so much, guys. I love you so much, and I wish you harmony and love and peace in your connections. I wish you just a wonderful cycle. I am waiting on this next full moon on the 17th. You should too. And I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.